welcome back to the Intel Extreme Masters Shenzhen Group D action, as Nathaniel and me are still holding down the fort in Burbank, California, where the sun normally shines, but not now, because it's like, what time? It's not even that late yet. What am I talking about?
It's only 11 p.m.
Yeah, we just started. We're just having fun. You guys probably just joined us because I know that the main stream has recently ended, and unfortunately, well, it's not really a spoiler. We're in the middle of the tournament, but I did see that Liquid Hero got eliminated. That makes me a little sad, as I'm a big Hero fan. But what doesn't make me sad is that we are already loaded into our next map. It's going to be a TvT, perhaps for the ages. Actually, we're going to just wait a couple of seconds because there is a pause, and I don't want to load into a game with a pause.
We don't want to show you guys a pause.
No.
That's not what you came here for.
Especially not when MMA or Taeja are making jokes about Passion Stone.
Oh my goodness, well.
In Korean, but we were able to read it.
Apparently the game started, they booted up, they loaded in. The first map's Overgrowth, but they didn't put any energy cards in, so it's making things a little bit difficult for them.
Like, how am I supposed to play Hearthstone without mana? My command center is actually not regenerating any mana right now.
My command center's out of mana. I need to wait till my next turn.
MMA is almost ready, and then we're just gonna go ahead and jump into the next game. It's going to be sick. This is going to be a really fun group. Once more, please let everybody know that you were watching the games with before. If you have a little Twitch private chat, let them know that the action continues on the second stream, twitch.tv/ESLTV_SC2B, with your very own Nathaniel TV. You can also follow me on Instagram. He posts a lot of selfies. Instagram.com/NathanielTV. He recently bought sunglasses. You're now an official Californian. Can I say that word?
Californian, yeah.
No, I would say like a French. I think we can say that, right? A Todd.
A Todd?
Yes. Ah, never mind.
Oh,
Oh.
I'm not. I don't think I'm a Frenchman yet.
Well, with sunglasses and soon a fake tan.
I have not seen a cloud here since I moved here in like 4 months.
Yeah, that's because you lay in the tanning saloon all the time. I'm getting a spray tan.
Every time I go for a walk, I'm blind. I'm like, man, I wonder if there's shade anywhere. Nope, sun's always shining. But sunglasses are important. They're very important. You know what else is important? Sunglasses and TvT, because there's scans everywhere. It can be bad for your eyes. You've never had someone scan you like 10 times, and then it's like 3 in the morning, and you're playing StarCraft, and suddenly your monitor turns really bright. Oh, they're restarting the game. That's unfortunate.
I have nothing.
Nothing.
I have nothing. I can't believe you just made that joke.
No.
Sunglasses are important in TvT because of scans.
It's
In which universe is that even remotely funny?
You mean?
Like there
I
is
play too much StarCraft.
There is an alternate universe where people laugh about everything, but they wouldn't laugh. They wouldn't laugh about that joke.
Thanks for the backup.
Alright guys, we're gonna rehost the game real quick. We're sorry for the hold up. But Taeja vs MMA is coming. We already touched upon it a little bit before the break. It's going to be a really cool series. Of course, we have this WCS America Terran Taeja, who has won tournaments all around the world other than in Korea. Then we have MMA, who has pretty much been winning tournaments in every single continent that ever had a StarCraft 2 tournament, other than Australia. I mean, there's been tournaments, I guess, in South Africa as well. There have been tournaments in South America, but Premier League tournaments, I guess that's a good way to put it. He has won Premier League tournaments in every single continent.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Every continent
MMA has won everywhere.
Every continent that's at the very least had one.
Yeah, I had a Premier League tournament.
Yes.
Yeah, that was me trying to save my ass.
It's okay.
We're rehosting the game real quick. It's going to be played on Overgrowth. Should be a really fun TvT series. The winner of this series will go up against, I wouldn't say Incredible Miracles, but I mean Invictus Gaming very own Jim, who just defeated Live. That happened. Some people said, and I was reading the comments on Team Liquid, you know, because we do those things in between the break. And someone said, it is a sad day when you win blindly with 4-gate. But I don't think that's the case. Jim has done this multiple times. And every single time Jim has 4-gated, his opponent is opening up with 3 hatcheries before pool and delays the extractor. That is like saying that you don't like watching Phil Ivey play poker because every single time he goes all in, he wins. It's not luck, it's skill. And Jim has skill.
Okay.
You see what I did there? You don't like
poker?
Yeah.
So you mean It's like when Artosis top decks to win a match, right? In Passion Stone.
Yes, I
Okay,
guess.
all right.
Even though
Now the analogy just clicks in my
I
head.
have no idea what top deck means. I should.
See, now you know what it's like when you make poker jokes, though.
You've
We're on the
never
same
played
level.
poker, like on a serious note?
I've never played anything other than that Valve game, like Poker Night at the Inventory, which is only versus AI, and I did it for Team Fortress 2 items. That's my life. I had a phase where I played TF2 for like 8 hours a day.
So, so you don't know who Phil Ivey is?
No, I have no idea who that is.
Okay. What does this guy do? He's laughing when I ask him if he knows who Phil Ivey is. That's not even funny. All right. Anyway, Phil Ivey is a really successful poker player who, poker is a game of luck in a way, but there's also a lot of skill involved. And the same goes for StarCraft 2. Yes, it looks like they rolled the dice, but there is a reason why these players do builds like this. And Jim does not do that build every single series or something like that. He saves it for those specific moments when, he has this inner feeling that his opponent will go 3-hedge and delays the extractor.
He just knows. I mean, he really, honestly, he just knows.
Mm-hmm. And even they felt it live with his extractor. It wasn't that late. It's not like he completely neglected it. It's not like this was a 5-minute 45 extractor. No, it was a 5-minute sharp extractor. So in theory, live could have dealt with that, but it was just Jim handling the situation very well. So you guy at Team Liquid who said that you think this is sad, you have to edit your comment and say this was actually fantastic and you're happy for Jim. I would like you to do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there's no shame in editing your comments. I do it all the time because I write something and then I reread it and it's like, oh my God, what language is this guy speaking?
Right. Don't you know you're not allowed to change your opinion over time when you talk on the internet?
Yeah, well, it's not about changing your opinion. It's about fixing the grammar. Like you type every word in Google, it's like, oh my God, I misspelled everything. I have no idea what's going on. I think we're waiting for the Chinese stream. And now MMA says perfect.
Wow.
And
That's
Taeja says
TV
ready.
Games. Are they streaming this?
That sounds really
Is there
official.
a Korean stream? I guess the
Spot TV Games. Or Spot V Games. What do you think? Do you think it's Spot V Games? I think
No, it's Spo TV.
Oh,
that's how they say in the commercial, like Spot TV Games.
But it could also be like Spot V Games.
Yeah. I don't know. Spot Video Games, I guess, could be some sort of legit acronym.
Yes. Alrighty,
knows,
so
man?
we are waiting still. Of course, we are not on location. We are in Burbank, Southern California, in the main studio of ESL America. Just keeping it down over here. Well, this tournament is currently being played in China. So sometimes it's hard for us to get updates, and we would love to show you guys some excellent camera shots from around the venue, but we do not have that. We don't have Susie on the couch either, which is always
no
a good
interviews.
thing.
We do have a couch, but it's
empty.
It's empty.
Can confirm. It wasn't empty last night because Nate passed out on it.
I passed out on the couch as soon as we were done.
All right, Messioso is, I believe, our admin, and he says we only need one moment. So once more, we just want to welcome everybody to the stream. Keep the tweets coming. Hashtag IEM. Let everybody know that Nate and me are here. And if you guys can't stand listening to us, you can always mute us and fire up Spotify, and you're still going to watch some great StarCraft 2 games, and you'll have a lot of fun. Somewhere out there, there's this one dude who's like, man, I already did that. I always do that when I see your face. Fine, be that guy.
Cool.
Yeah, if that makes you happy, as long as you're still watching the games, as long as you're still enjoying StarCraft, I am happy for you.
Yeah. The thing is, you can mute me, but you can't avoid Roddy's observing.
Snap. You know what? I don't even take offense anymore.
It's okay.
I've let it go.
You've actually gotten. I mean, you've had to do it so much. I actually can't complain about your observing.
No, you can't.
I don't have. So basically, because of the potential latency issues, there was a bit of lag. I'm not allowed to observe the games because we want to just limit the possible connection issues. So I can only watch off Roddy.
Mhm.
So you've had my back. You've been a good wingman so far for this tournament.
I mean, every now and then it's not perfect, because sometimes I get caught up in my own thought process, and instead of following the game, I'm following what I want to see. And then Nate is like, over here on the right bottom side of the map. It's like, Nate, I don't care. There's +2 on the way. And
there's an Ursidon walking around the campfire on Ohana, man. This is so cool. It's like, well, I guess that's a little bit more cool than the Nidus Worm.
Yeah.
So
I do that.
I wonder what's wrong.
I don't know what's wrong.
Oh, take TV's coming.
Ah.
Okay.
I do that every now and then. I apologize, but I will try not to do that because I'm really stoked for this series, and we're trying to keep it fun. It's been sort of a long day for us, but we are generally excited about this group, and it's impossible not to. If you love StarCraft, then you're going to love this group.
This group is just too good. It has 3. I'd say you have. You know what? Actually, since Jim beat Life, I'm going to say it has 4 of the best players that you're going to see playing outside of GSL, outside of Pro League.
Man, you were going to be so mean there. You totally want to say you have 3 of the best players in the world, and then there is Jim, and then you realize that you couldn't say that, but you wanted to say that.
No.
Yes.
Roddy,
Do I
look like I would say I don't like a Protoss player in a group? Come on.
No, you were totally yeah, guys, this is awesome that you have 4. It was obvious. I think people spotted it.
It's not like I held up 3 fingers while I said 4 or anything like that.
No. No, but Jim is a Protoss player. Is very near and dear to my heart. And of course, I can understand that there's some players out there that are perhaps not the biggest fan of his playstyle, but please give Jim offline a fair chance. You shouldn't forget that these guys are playing from China, often competing on the North American server, have to deal with actually terrible latency issues. I did my placement meshes yesterday, and I was sweating like hell against Platinum League players. It wasn't easy. I did win. I did go 5-0 on the Chinese server, but it's difficult. I wasn't sweating, but it's difficult. There is lag.
Hey, man. North American Grandmaster, Chinese Plat. That's just how it goes without latency.
In 2011, when the Chinese servers were just live, Taeja was at the Inter Extreme Master in Guangzhou, and he decided to start laddering up in the Chinese server. But they recently got access to StarCraft like 2 or 3 months before that. So Elfie 4-gated 98 games in a row, and he went 98-0. And he said, the Chinese server. I forgot how to do an Elfie event.
That's right, actually, because StarCraft 2 came out. StarCraft 2 came out in July 2010. It did not release in China until March 2011.
Yeah. So Elfie was so far ahead of the meta with his 4-gate that it wasn't 98-0, but legitimately, without exaggerating, it was 48-0. And he's like, the Chinese server is so easy. He said that.
If I could play the game for 6 months before any of my opponents,
I'd probably be quite okay.
I'd probably be better than them.
This is my dream, that like Day 9 invites me to his RTS like 8 months before anyone else has access to it. And I'm going to be really good at Day 9's RTS. That would be fantastic. Anyway, guys, it is time for StarCraft 2. We have 2 of the absolute best Terran players in the world. Might not be Maru, but these 2 guys have massive achievement lists. I would dream having only half the achievements of these guys.
I would take one of them. I'd be okay with that.
Just one. Just one.
Just one DreamHack Winter Championship.
I would go that far that I would be very happy with one of their disappointing tournament performances. That would be like the biggest achievement of my life. Like a quarterfinal DreamHack elimination or something. Like they'll be devastated, and I'll just be like walking down the streets of John Chopping naked with 2 steaks in my hand.
2 snakes or steaks?
Steaks.
Steaks.
Yeah, no snakes.
Swedish steak is actually pretty good.
Anyways, over here on the left bottom side of the map, we have a guest first opening from one of the best Terran players in the world. He was on a tier, he forgot how losing felt like, but then he met Big Baby. Give it up for Taeja.
That flag is not on the command center.
No, I know. Like they tried to do something fun with it, like on the scout. So I thought I'm gonna switch things up.
You want it to be on the refinery?
Yeah, but then I realized it's not possible.
The camera doesn't move that far to the right, right?
I can try to do it with the Rex.
Okay.
Over here on the right side of the map, we also have a man who dropped a very quick refinery. He's building a barracks. Give it up for MMA. Bam,
wow.
Perfect.
That's awesome.
What a flag.
What a flag. I want flags to come out of all the buildings.
I want like every SCV to have a shoulder pad of your nation.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, that would be really cool. Imagine how strong American Marines would be. Stars and stripes on their shoulder pads. Of course, guys, keep the tweets coming as well. Hashtag IEM. We hope that you guys have a great time. We're a little goofy because it's been really long for us, but above all, we just want to have fun. And we, of course, we still have a very serious approach to this tournament as well. There is so much on the line. 2 players will make it out of this group and will complete this very deadly top 8 so far, the Inter Extreme Master Shenzhen. In my opinion, one of the most stacked top 8s of an IEM that I've seen in quite a while. Maybe since Idra and Taeja made it to the finals.
The caliber of players in this tournament is actually pretty sick.
No, it is.
For this game, in case, we'll talk a little bit about a little analysis of these builders and both of these players. We have both of them taking a fast second gas after their factories are pretty close to completing. So I expect to see either a Banshee opening from both of them, or one of them to go for a Raven, but not both of them will not go
No.
for a Raven. I
They
would
won't-
almost put money on them.
Yeah, no, I'll agree with you. One of these two guys is definitely capable of trying to outsmart the other one and go for Viking into Raven. We'll see. I wouldn't be surprised to see a double cloak bench opening either. How cool would that be? That would just throw us straight back to the Wings of Liberty era. That would excite me, Nate. I would actually...
Kicking it old school is what would happen. And
Getting some love
yeah.
from Zama_ETC.
Group D for death. Hashtag IEM. Can't believe Nathanius and Rotterdam have been casting so much. Wow, this person said good work. And they even linked the stream in their tweet.
Yeah,
Sick.
that's very cool.
Letting all their friends know about this awesome tournament.
Alrighty.
Boom, Raven Banshee.
Yeah.
All right, this makes sense. MMA is the one going Raven because Taeja has an endless pool of confidence.
Taeja is going to cruise around a little bit with his Hellion. He picked up an SUV in the middle of the map. This Hellion would love to see if this tech lab is spinning, but he's never going to get even remotely close to that tech lab.
Yeah.
So on paper, this is a good opening for MMA.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean the Raven naturally acts as a counter to the cloak upgrade. So worst comes to absolute worst, you would say, okay, if you open it with a Viking, you still have to scan, but now cloak is it's completely useless unless the Raven is out of position. But both of them are going to expand still, which makes a lot of sense. And I'm just curious to see which one of them go into siege tanks faster, because that's when things can get tricky.
Because you will see so. I actually often feel that the guy who opens up with the Raven wants to follow it up with a very quick siege tank push.
Yeah.
Because he's going to try to shut the Banshee down and then counterattack on the other side of the map. Because he's not the one investing into Banshees.
Who did this? Pult did this first bomber
on Overgrowth at the Battlegrounds Atlanta. And he was in a great position.
Did he open Raven though?
Yes.
I think he went straight for Viking.
Yeah, well,
He like went. Yeah, that's Pult.
But still, the idea was there, and he definitely put himself in a very good position. But then he unseated 6 tanks when a bunch of Steam Marines walked in from the side.
That can oftentimes lose you games very quickly.
Yes, it doesn't really matter what your race is or which units you have. Steam Marines from the side are deadly. Come on, man. If someone shoots bullets at you and you're not even looking, you don't do that.
No.
If you have the courtesy to shoot a man, at least look him in the eyes.
I agree. You've been in that situation many times. Banshee walks up and Marines.
Marines died terribly, by the way, on this Chinese game client. We want to apologize for any of our young viewers if you have nightmares. There is nothing we can do.
Yeah, it'll be okay though.
Man, oh my God!
Oh, I didn't even see that.
Well, I think MMA might just be the one with nightmares after all. If he just lost all of his Marines to a booby trap that was hidden very well.
That was awful.
Oh, often we see a Widowmine with 5 kills in his very first shot, and none of them being, I don't know what I want to say. Maybe stacked up workers.
I mean, he killed a lot of units with that Widowmine shot.
That was a beautiful shot. Sick move there by Taeja. I didn't even see that Widowmine make its way across the map. I don't know what's wrong with this guy, guys. I know that some people are probably out there like, what's wrong with Nate? Actually, there's nothing wrong. Maybe a small lack of sleep, but other than that.
We're good, man. Yeah. These Banshees going over to the natural. Missile turn's about to complete. The Viking and the Raven catch this. Banshee says, no, Taeja. You won't kill any of my workers this time.
Missile turret. It's not going to finish up yet, but it will get completed in the end. Phew. This push would have literally been twice as scary if he had twice the amount of Marines that he currently has.
Yes, if he had more Marines, I would be much more worried as Taeja.
Because now MMA is trying to be aggressive while he's down 9 army supply.
Yeah.
It doesn't work great. I feel that Taeja he's almost able to smell it.
Yeah. He can almost smell it.
Yep.
Such a dirty build.
Yeah. It's like, man, you
did
not even watch this build before you
didn't even watch these medevacs before they boosted in. The Raven and Vikings are going to find it, though. Yeah, his Raven's here, but there's only one Viking. Oh, the tanks are going to drop. There's Marines.
Already.
Oh, 3 auto turrets getting plopped down.
Tyrannosaurus wrecked over here. Taeja with a phenomenal hold.
GG!
Oh my God, MMA just taps out after an absolutely disastrous game 1 for him on Overgrowth. A Widowmine into dirty medevacs is not a good build.
Widowmine, getting hit by a Widowmine into dirty medevacs is not a good build.
Wow, that game sense by Taeja though, phenomenal. He didn't even really see it. Yes, he saw the units in the middle of the map, and then he didn't really see them anywhere, but they could have been anywhere.
They could have.
But he sieged up in the absolute perfect position, got the Marines as well, even dropped the other turret, sniped the medevac that tried to get a tank out there as well. A beautiful game by Taeja, and of course, a Widowmine shot that I don't want to be that guy yet that's asking for another Reddit gift, but I think there might be some StarCraft fans out there that will enjoy seeing that Widowmine shot. Because it's not just like, okay, Widowmine gets 5 kills, yeah, big deal, you might say, Roddy, but it's 5 Marines against a 1 base Terran that's about to push. That is so incredibly massive.
Yeah, that was tricky.
It couldn't be any bigger.
Yeah.
Like, killing 12 Zerglings with your Widowmine when the Zerg player is maxed out and you're down 40 supply isn't really relevant. But killing 5 Marines in a very early push in TvT with 1 Widowmine shot, it's really not going to get much bigger than that.
Nope. It's not. Game number 2 is going to be played out on merry-go-round, though, for this Terran versus Terran affair. And in the bottom position, we have a Terran dressed in blue. From Team Liquid, he's up 1-0. It is Taeja.
Taeja, of course, has been on an absolute roll lately. If we just forget about that best of 5 he played against Big Baby. Other than that, Taeja has been a monster over the last few months. Taeja has never won an Intel X3 Masters, by the way, Nate.
What?
Yeah. He has, like, Taeja keeps winning the same tournaments. He keeps winning DreamHack. He keeps winning Home Story Cups or Siege Story Cups or whatever.
Whatever cups he can find.
Whatever cup there is in Krefeld. If they hold a cup in like the local Saturday night club, then Taeja's probably going to win it too. Even when it includes hula hooping and not StarCraft, he will win it. Because Krefeld is just Taeja's town. But he has never won an IEM. Think about it. Which IEM did he win?
You know, it's like, you know, Taeja's pretty good, but he's never won an IEM. You know, just dismiss everything else.
No. Like, I don't mean it like that. I mean it's more surprising that he has never won.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. Considering he's been like wrecking, he wrecked the DreamHack circuit so far this year.
Yeah, he's been wrecking a lot of things.
Yeah, he's wrecked a lot.
He has not won a WCS America. This guy, on the other hand, a Red Terran player, who's setting out an SCV, and I'm gonna try to get the flag out of this guy, just out of his bag. It's like a little backpack. In the middle of the map, it is Aces MMA. No.
Oh,
no.
turn it to the other side. You can do it.
No, I can't.
You can get the SCV on the other side. Oh, you're so close. Look at that. Look at that micro. It's okay. Oh.
A for effort.
A for effort. Can we get it on? Can we get it? We should. Oh, we already did Taeja, didn't we?
Today we learned that I should just never try to do that again.
Next time we'll get it. If we get a game 3, we'll put it on his supply depot.
Yeah, we can probably do that. Anyways, of course, MMA is the winner of WCS Europe Season 1 in 2014. He lost Season 2 in the final against MC. They had a rematch of Season 1.
Yeah, MMA's had a lot of success with WCS
yeah, 2013 was kind of rocky. It's been a bumpy ride for a while, but he got better and better. He kept improving his finishes. This is something that Apollo mentioned multiple times in his cast as well. And I really enjoyed that. You could truly see that MMA was slowly but steady returning to that godlike old form MMA. And he won a WCS tournament, something that Taeja has not done yet. Neither of these two players has actually won an IEM. Also surprising.
Have they played in a lot of IEMs?
Not that much, in all honesty. They've definitely participated in a handful. I know that. I actually think that MMA went to Intel X3 Masters China last year in Shanghai. I can't confirm that, by the way, but there's always this guy on Reddit that can confirm this.
There will always be that guy who can confirm.
Most of the time it's Gemini, and he's probably watching. This guy, whenever I say something, he confirms it. Or actually shows that I'm lying.
Can confirm. You're wrong.
You can't confirm that you're wrong, Roddy.
So these SCVs are trying to scout and do scouting things, but just to be to be completely transparent, they're doing the exact same thing so far. Except the second gas is now being taken by MMA just a little bit earlier. I expect Taeja is going to take another gas soon, or he wants to go for a 3 command center build.
I mean, one of the reasons why neither of these guys have won an IEM is also because CJ Hero just kept winning them last year.
That is also true.
And then SOS decided to crush his dreams in the final.
Why are we talking about a lot of Protoss players too now?
Yeah, what a coincidence.
Yeah. So Starports are on the way for both of these guys. But Taeja's going to go for a Hellion drop, and MMA wants to go Cloak Banshee. And or Raven. Doesn't have to be a Banshee because he went for Raven last game, but you go Raven multiple games in a row, you know.
It's funny how in TvT we often talk about build order advantages as well. If anyone had a build order advantage in the last game, it was MMA. Well, if that's how a build order advantage looks like, I never want to have a build order advantage again in my life.
I mean, I never want to walk into a Widow Mine in my life.
No, that would be terrible.
That would just not be fun.
He's gonna fire up Cloak.
Oh, that scan.
This could.
Oh, he cancels it.
He cancels it while Cloak is still going on. Come on, MMA. You're not a very good salesman, are you? He doesn't
I think
have
the
to be.
scan was still going. I think Taeja,
Yeah.
if he looked at it, he wouldn't see.
If Taeja kept looking at the scan, he could have seen.
Yeah, but if
I mean,
he
it's
clicks
also
back over, can we check Taeja's vision? Because if he looks back at MMA's base. Okay.
so-
Oh, okay.
Well, okay,
See,
MMA's is really quick. But then again, that was like the most obvious fake of all time. It's like, you're throwing down a scan. I'm trying to hide my Cloak Banshee, but you know what? You scanned it, so I'm gonna fire up Cloak. Come on.
Come on.
MMA is too good.
No one's buying this.
But it's good. It's the small things that matter. And you may as well try to freak your opponent out a little bit. And sometimes they don't call your bluff. And then suddenly just show up with Cloak Banshees. So, of course, it's very easy for us, you know, to say A or B. But Taeja, rather safe than sorry, throws up 2 missile turrets. If he's very safe, he throws up another missile turret over here. But that's not happening yet.
Sometimes it's okay to not make these big risks, but man, these Hellions, they're in a really good position to get some damage done. You wanted to move in with the drop as well, but thankfully, MMA has a bunker at his natural, which, of course, is going to help give just a little bit of extra staying power, but you can fly around bunkers.
Another command center going down already for MMA, which will most likely be spotted by these 4
he's got a siege
Hellions.
tank, too. Makes things a little awkward.
Even if it's on siege, it would have done well against these Hellions. Don't drop it!
Don't
Boom.
shoot. No.
Boom. Boom. What is he
The
shooting?
tank hasn't siege. Oh, now it's siege. Okay, he sees it.
Yeah, he had no vision.
It comes out, kills the SCV,
Yeah.
moves away. Leaves his Hellion behind, though.
Yep, lost the Hellion, lost the wheel. He's like, man, why would I want to drop or bring this Hellion back when it lost one of his wheels?
Yeah.
And the rims got damage.
Oh, my.
Don't you just hate it when that
Poor
happens?
rims in the Hellion. He's got to go into the paint
I,
spray in the corner
drove
of the map.
up to a red curb once with my black rim. That was a very sad day.
That is...
I was really sad.
That does not sound fun. Both players are going bio, by the way. Just both these guys like bio.
Yep.
Not to say that they couldn't go mech, but
I've seen MMA mech multiple times.
yeah, I mean Taeja has certainly done it once or twice in his career.
Taeja is often like if you give Taeja bio and he's going up against mech, then he's just such a pleasure to watch.
I love this tweet. The Chinese Marine horror show commences with the 2 Terran gods at their command.
That is correct. We might actually just all have nightmares together.
I mean, this game looks like it's going to go a little bit longer, which means there will be lots of Marines dying. There's
And
no
we can
doubt about
actually
that.
hug each other like the zealots of Jim hugged each other while defeating the Zerglings of Life.
Yeah, man. Those guys really had each other's backs.
Yeah, those are bros. Those are broskies. MMA's in the dark, but that's okay because he has slightly better economy to work with. Throws down his scan, sees everything that he pretty much had to see. Yeah. Didn't see this command center. He got close, but...
I mean, the fact that they're both getting that 3rd command center up kind of... No, wait. MMA, MMA. The fact that they both have the 3rd
MMA had it
command
quite
center,
a bit quicker.
Yeah, not seeing it doesn't have too much of an impact. It's if you don't see it and it's actually not there. Then you're like, well, we've seen players like Pult do epic 2-base Marine tank pushes that just crush you because... I mean, you invested a lot of resources into your economy that haven't paid off yet.
Taeja is still going to have a pretty big army elite. He's going to try to go for a small control. Throws down a scan, is looking for an opening. We're looking at 2 medevacs over here, so that's not enough to go for a drop. We have 3 he could potentially put 3 medevacs full of all these units and fly into the main base, but there's really no need to do that. Taeja, we want to see an epic TvT. We know you're good. Give MMA some time.
Yeah.
Let him believe. We want to believe. I mean, MMA is an actual god, so if you give him too much room, he's going to kill you.
Yeah. First he'll give him hope, and then he'll break him.
Oh, be careful with your Marines there. He gets a Hellion, but he loses 4 or 5 Marines. The Marine count currently is, I want to say, heavily in favor of Taeja, but I'm glad I showed the unit cap. It's actually not correct. It's 34 against 32, so it's very close. And MMA is actually producing 2 more Marines currently. When soon 2 more reactors will finish up, 2 more Marines at the same time as Taeja. What am I trying to say?
He's building Marines, building a lot of Marines.
He's building more of them at the same time than Taeja is.
Yes.
And
He's
that's
got that
going to-
infrastructure.
Yeah, because he's been investing in his economy early on. Now he's actually down in workers, which surprised me a little bit, because why are you down in workers when you have a quicker 3rd command center?
You know, you can't explain that.
No, I can actually not explain that. No,
these Marines.
MMA is playing a little sloppy here. I don't think he's going to be able to land this orbital command. I really hope for him that he's not even going to try.
Oh, no!
Tanks are going to siege up, though. A lot of tanks. And during all this, Taeja's
Wait,
already...
has MMA not even started his combat shield?
No.
Did he forget? No.
No.
He forgot his combat shield!
Okay. Now we know why those Marines kept dying so quick.
Oh man. Combat shield's pretty important in this matchup.
I just realized he forgot combat shield as well. Taeja is up 27 supply. We were prepared. Also, by the way, for everyone who just joined us, we are using the format where the losers series gets played first. So the loser of this series will go up against Starcraft Live. Because believe it or not, Invictus Gaming very own Jim has defeated Starcraft Live in the first series of Group D.
That's so crazy. That really is incredible.
I still believe that MMA can crawl his way back into this game. No, not with moves like that, MMA. He's been misrallying a lot of units, Nate. Like, I really hate to be critical.
So MMA, we also have to point out that MMA has he's like slightly ahead in that armor upgrade. But Taeja will finish his +2 attack faster.
Like, what I try to say is, like, I really don't want to, like, be this guy that's going to criticize MMA, because he's actually one of my favorite Koreans, and he's just a fantastic guy to meet, and he's been a Terran inspiration for so many players worldwide, but he's been misrallying a lot of units here and there. He's losing a lot of units, and in general you cannot afford to make a whole lot of mistakes. Combat shield is still not ready. This is not when you want to fight MMA. Taeja is gonna go for it. He realizes that combat shield is not ready.
Lifts up the orbital command, not allowed to attack just yet, and this is really difficult for MMA. I'm honestly not sure what he's gonna do now.
Me neither.
Run around the map, play some ring around the merry-go-round, Rosie.
Run around the Rosie ring. I'm kidding. I did that on purpose.
It's okay.
Steam forward over here by a lot of Marines in the middle of the map. Will secure Zelnaga. Watch our control for now. MMA's also supply blocked. He's been supply blocked multiple times. Not a single depot is currently going up, by the way, for MMA, which kind of gives me the idea that he just wants to fight. That he wants to free up supply. Here we go.
He's gonna charge into the tank line, into the breach, but there's a lot of Marines waiting. GG. Taeja takes the 2-0.
Wow.
Gonna go to play against Jim.
That is not what I expected of this series. If you had asked me to pick either player, I would have probably gone with Liquid Taeja, but I don't really know what happened over there for MMA. That was uncharacteristic sloppiness.
Yeah.
Is that a thing? Sloppiness?
Sloppiness is the thing.
Uncharacteristic amount of sloppiness. It was a sloppy game by MMA. That's what I'm trying to say. Just losing a few Marines too many, forgetting combat shield. Why am I, someone is inviting me to the next game already?
That passion. They got the lobby set up really quickly.
But it's for the next series, right? Because Taeja just won this series 2-0. Yeah, he won game 1 on Overgrip.
No, are we doing that thing where we do the losers match first?
Yeah.
Oh, then we still...
Oh, okay, yeah, this is just like... But, like, there's no way that this lobby is correct. I think that this admin just hosts map number 3 in advance, but then he realized that this actually was 2-0 and this was the end of the series. He just really confused us, guys. Sorry. I'm caught off guard. For a second there, I thought I was like too silly to realize that the score is like 1-1 instead of 2-0.
No.
But the score is 2-0.
No.
Guaranteed.
We're not that tired.
What I tried to say is just that it was a sloppy game by him, man. A lot of Marines here and there being misrallied, combat shield. I feel like he slacked on worker production, supply blocked on a bad moment. Just a few too many mistakes from MMA. And if you go up against Taeja, man, unless you're Protoss, Taeja is going to punish you for your mistakes. If you're Protoss, you can get away with a couple of them.
That's you get 3 strikes.
Protoss is a 3-strike law. Any other race has to play perfect. I'm kidding. I'm Protoss. I can make those jokes. Either way, this means that we can prepare ourselves for the next series of the Intex Remastered Shenzhen Group D. And on paper, Nate, this could have been a tournament final of almost any given tournament around the world. Maybe like 9 months ago, even though like I kind of feel when life was at its peak, MMA was in its slump. And when MMA was on the uprising again, life... Yeah, I hate to say that life is in a slump, because I refuse to ever say that life's in a slump. And he's not in a slump, but he's also not the overwhelming favorite going into this tournament like he was for a few other tournaments when he went into them. Like
yeah,
if you open Lives' Wikipedia page, you guys should do that just for fun. That is so beautiful, because then if you look at his achievements, all you see is like 1, and with his gold box, 1, 1, 1, 1. Like so many tournament victories in a row. GSL championships. He won an IEM. He won a DreamHack. There is not really a whole lot. He won an MLG or 2 even, correct?
Yeah.
Life is a monster. MMA, of course, a monster as well. That is going to be our next best of 3. Do you have anything else, Nate? You're the TvT expert. Why am I talking?
Terran versus Terran. Honestly, that match comes down to just a few things. First of all, he walked a bunch of Marines into a Widowmine when he wanted to do a big attack.
Yeah, that was map.
Then he dropped 2 medevac worth of units into 3 auto turrets, siege tanks, and Marines. Like, that was just That was just a little bit silly. And I feel like MMA, because he lost those Marines, he really wanted to force something, and he just wasn't expecting Taeja to be there in his main base. But in game number 2, a lot of it comes down to taking small skirmishes without combat shield, but also the pressure. The pressure was nice. I liked the little bit of pressure that Taeja did with the Hellions and the Marines. He dropped around. He didn't kill a lot, but the way that those spawns are set up, honestly, just makes it really easy to push the third base from the high ground, because only one of those bases on the high ground is actually really close to where your third base is, and in that situation, it was very close to MMA's, which allowed Taeja to just get that sweet spread with his siege tanks on that. But
Like, I totally agree, and I think that Taeja did so many things right, but I also feel there were a lot of unforced errors on the side of MMA. Like
MMA getting supply blocked?
MMA getting supply block, MMA getting combat shield. Like, Taeja is fantastic, but just because Taeja is that good doesn't mean that MMA should forget his combat shield. Like, those are unforced errors, and I feel that MMA made a few too many of them.
Yeah. Just because you forget to do something doesn't, you can't credit all of your mistakes to your opponent being good.
No.
No.
Alrighty. So that was that. Not the TvT series that we expected. Sorry. We expect a little bit more of it. We can be honest. Was not the series for the ages. However, we still have 3 more series to go. And after that, we will know our final 8 of Extreme Masters Shenzhen. That actually also means, Nate, that we will be done casting this tournament. Because from this point on, everything is going to be on the main stage live from China. And it kind of saddens me. That thought saddens me. Even though we've been casting a couple of games here and there today. But I would have loved to cast some of the playoffs. Maybe we can just ask to do a second stream. People can listen to us if they want to. Just kidding. We're not going to do that. Even though I wouldn't mind, but it's not an option.
No.
Why do I suggest these terrible things on stream? This is going to get me in trouble. Because now there's this one guy on Reddit who's like, yeah, do that. And we're like, no. We've been casting 36 hours.
Yeah, but there's that one guy that was like working for the 2 days. Didn't know we were doing this. Like, wow,
yeah.
These two aren't casting this.
There's
Where have
also
you guys
like,
been?
and he's gonna go on Twitter tomorrow and he's gonna ask us 2 things. He's like, hey, what has Mr. Bitter been up to lately? And Nathan and Roddy, I never see you cast. Actually, we were supposed to throw to a commercial break, but we've been rambling on for so long that apparently
we're just gonna do the next match.
The next series is ready. So let's just go ahead and jump into the game. As MMA versus live. Actually, this is going to get us in trouble as well because let's just throw to a 1-minute break. Can we do that? Is that an option? All right, guys, very small commercial break because we need to press that Twitch TV ad button. Otherwise, they get very mad at us and we don't want them to yell at us. So we'll be back real soon with MMA vs. Live. Stay tuned. We'll be right back in Extreme Masters Shenzhen.